Hey, hello everyone. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Welcome. Oh, it's good. It's good. Great. So today we would be completing our triggers for the automations. Basically, all about the payment triggers, invoice, payment receive, order form submission, documents and contracts, estimates, subscription, and refund. We would be covering all that. And hopefully, from the next week, we would be starting the action part of the workflows. So, I'm gonna wait for 2 more minutes so everybody could join, and then we're gonna talk about all the payment triggers, what is happening in invoice. Now, these ones, today's triggers are very important because you're talking about, as a matter of fact, one very important feature, which is like how to create documents, invoices, estimates, how to create subscription products, and how to tackle their payments in here. What should happen if anybody receives refund or refund is not successfully delivered or something like that? So essentially all about the payment relevant triggers. That is our last of the triggers that we would be talking. Yeah, maybe we would go with the communities as well because they are kind of very tiny ones, and the certificate as well. We would be skipping the Shopify triggers and IVR trigger, and also the Facebook, Instagram ones. Those are in the beta mode, but they if you need, we can discuss those ones too. So essentially, today is all about payments. Okay, and let me share my screen. There we go. And let's start. Okay, just give me a few seconds. Anything in here? Chat as well. Okay, there we go. So you guys are able to see my screen, correct? Okay, let's start with the workflow trigger. And we have covered all these was the courses. Okay, so payments. Very first trigger is invoice. Let me duplicate this window as well. There we go. Invoice. So what happens when we send out any invoice? Is it paid, partially paid, sent, viewed, or void? So we have all different types of filters in here. Now, interesting part for this particular trigger is if you look at it, let's go one more time, voice, and the very first filter is automatically selected. You cannot create a generic trigger for this particular trigger. So you have to at least select one of the fields in here. Now, invoices. Let me show you where do you create those. So it is in the documents right here in the payments, and that's where you create the invoices. First, you create the template, and then you use that to send out the invoice. Now, on the basis of that invoice, if you have sent it, and what should happen if you want to start the automation? Okay, the invoice is sent to your account, and you need to pay for this or that. That is the first filter. Then, obviously, after sent, what we want to do is we want to make sure that the person has viewed the invoice and that he's ready to pay. So, on the basis of that, the second filter in here is viewed. Same goes if he pays you fully, what should happen? A thank you email should go. The system is gonna automatically send out the receipt if you have enabled the receipt in the payments under the settings right here, like these ones, the notification and everything. If you have enable, oh, where is that? The subscription, the payments link, and all that in here. So receipts, if you have enabled the receipts in here, for example, then whenever somebody pays out any for any product, it might be for your product, for your invoice, for your recurring payment type product, the receipt is automatically sent. But if you select the paid in here, that means the invoice is fully paid. And now you want to put a tag, or maybe you want to send a thank you email. That this would be the trigger that you would use for that. Partially paid invoice. Now you have sent an invoice and the customer chooses to partially pay you. This is the invoice, and then invoice status is partially paid. This would be your dot trigger and void. Now, if you have already sent out the invoice and you want to cancel that invoice, this would be the trigger. So you will cancel that invoice in the system, and what will happen? This trigger will send an email or something, whatever you want to communicate, whichever way you want to communicate, some communication to the customer. Oh, the invoice was created incorrectly or something. Why it was void? You need to let that person know that the invoice is no more uh, active and it should not be paid. So all these status for the invoice in here. Now let's select this one. And now the second thing is whenever the invoice is sent, this will start. Now, if you have sent any invoice and the person whom you have sent the invoice to has a particular trigger in here, you can select that, and that will sort out the invoice sent feature or paid feature. So if a person has a trigger for like Christmas campaign or something, you can use the additional filter in here. Rest of the filters are generic, those custom filters. Mainly, invoice has only one particular filter where you need to define the invoice was sent or viewed, paid, partially paid, or void. Now, it is written in different view because we type the triggers in here or the filters in here in alphabetical order, but the correct sequence is first you have sent an invoice, that invoice was viewed by the customer, then paid or partially paid, either of these two, and if there is some sort of mistake or you don't want the customer to pay that invoice, then the void feature. Okay. And then if the invoice is like, let's say we select the sent in here to the person which has a particular tag, then do this. Otherwise, if the same invoice is sent to the person who doesn't have this tag, do not start this automation. This is the only filter that you need to use in here. Okay, today's topic is a bit sensitive because essentially we would be talking about the payments, document contracts, estimates. So if you have any question, right away, please interrupt me because today's is very important topic. Essentially, we are talking about the money handling, and that is the most important thing. So let's go to the next one. If everybody is okay with the invoice one, the next is payment receive. Now, payment receive is again, it can be your invoices paid you have received for any of your products. They can be physical product, they can be digital product, they can be the course product, or any product that you are selling through the website or from uh, uh, any payment you are selling, any product you are selling through the funnels or website. They can be digital, physical, or even the courses if you have created the courses product there as well. So payment receive is kind of generic. Now, for filter in here, what we have to do is we can use different ways. Now we can generally tell it, okay, global product is, if somebody purchases our $1 product, whatever that product is, anywhere on our website, on our funnel, on our webinar funnel, anywhere. If a person purchases our product and the payment is received successfully, then start some sort of automation. This would be your one filter. Now, the other filter is what happened to the payment status. Failed or success, you have to tell it. Let me correctly do this one. First, let's select one of the, okay, did I create the, oh, yeah, let's use this product. And then, okay, for this particular product, what is the payment status? I'm selecting as successful that the product is, the payment is received for this product wherever I'm selling it, and it is successfully received. The next is what is the product price? If your product has more than one prices, now why would your product would have more than one prices? That means a product would have more than one prices, like let's say one type of price is full payment and the other type of payment is monthly payment or partial payment that you have created. Just like in our example, we created $1,000 product and then we created two different prices for it. One, $1,000, you pay us, you get the access for 1 year, or you can pay $100 per month in 12 monthly payment, essentially paying us 1,200 by extra profit of 200. If your product has different pricing, you can set up in the filter which type of payment is successfully received. Now, what that mean is, if it is a partial type payment product that you have selected and it is successfully received, it will trigger 12 times. For the product that is received, that is receiving the amount one time fully, then it will only trigger one time. Okay, let's say this is the one. Then let's go to the next one. And what is the source of the payment received? We can tell it what is the source of the payment. If we want to create some sort of payment system which is very particular about. Now, your question might be, where do we use this particular filter? Usually I use it for the calendar type payment, my calendar payment. So I would select that. And if my calendar has some sort of product payment, obviously calendar doesn't have that. Okay, why the mouse is right clicking? Give me that. So it would be that the payment is successfully paid and is paid through the calendars. Or you can select different areas. Is it paid through the forms? You can create a payment form as well. The custom payment form can also be created, which was not a feature before. We have recently added that feature. If the payment is manually sent, you can create that, or membership payment, or through the website, or through invoice, funnel, form, external payment. What is the external payment? That means the payment that you have received outside the sale process, and you're getting that information through API trigger, like we would be discussing that in actions webhook. When we are receiving a webhook from somebody somewhere else saying that we have received this amount, then it would be an external payment type. So you can set up this filter in here to make it. Now, this particular trigger is kind of generic and very specific. Generic in a sense because it is only talking about the payment received from any different sources. But on the other hand, you can specify using the filter which payment you are talking about. We don't want to send the same type of communication for different products, especially for the invoices. So in that particular case, what should happen, what should be the payment status, and what should happen, you can use this particular trigger to trigger that automations. Let's go to the next one. And the next one is order form submission. Now, what is the order form submission? If you look at in here in your funnels website or webinar anywhere, if you have like, let's go to this one, and let's edit it. Now we are very particularly talking about payment system that is used on your funnel or website or on your webinar. And if you look at it here, there are two different types of order elements. One is two-step order, the other one is one-step order. If this element is used to receive the payment and you want to trigger the automation, then it is going to be order form submission. But for this particular trigger to work, you need to specify it on which funnel it is. Okay, what is the funnel name in here? C2X lead. Okay, 2X leads, abandoned cart. Then the next step is going to be on which page of this particular funnel or website it is. The products are on the order page. This one, the order page. Products are added in here. We go. Then we have to tell it which product, because essentially for our example, we have only one product in here. But what if you have more than one product? Or different products, they can, if they are able to purchase multiple products, or you want to set up that one, so you have to tell it which product it has. Now, if you haven't added the product already in here before setting up this trigger, this portion will come up empty. So you need to save the product in here, add the product in here, then save the workflow, and then the list will populate for you. Next, now we have told it on which website, on which page, and which product. Now we have to tell it what is the status of the payment. If it is like, let's say we want to select the submission type is sale, and there we go. The order form submitted is submission type is this one. If it is the sale, that means successfully received the product. Now, this particular trigger has, especially this filter has 4 of the different options. So now let's talk. Keeping in mind that we discussed when we were creating the upsell product, what were the bump product, what is the opt-in, abandoned cart. If you're using two-step order form in here on your order page, like this one, and customer fills out the information and he goes to the second step, that's where he is about to pay you, but he doesn't pay you. How do we trigger the automation? In the submission type, we would select it the opt-in. If that was a bump product, we would select the bump product. If it was the upsell one, then we select the upsell one. Or if the payment is successfully paid, then the submission type sale would be selected. But you need to be very specific in here to let it know. Now, you can, for example, if I don't select in funnel and website and I directly try to select the product, here you see the product filter is gone. So we have to go through step by step in here. First, we have to tell it on which funnel or website it is. Then we have to tell it on which page of that particular funnel or website the product is going to appear. If we select, let's say we select the thank you page in here by mistake, and we go to tell it to select the product, here you see there is no more product. The system cannot find any product added on the thank you page. So this filter won't work unless you correct this one. So let's select the order page and then select the product. And then we have to tell it, well, what is the status of the product? I'm selecting the sale. What does that mean? This automation will not fire for anyone if the payment is not successfully received in here. Now, what that means is, even if your funnel is on the test mode for the payments, it will still work. But if the payment failed due to any reason, bounced, something like that, it will not add the person in here, and it will only add the person, or this trigger will only work if the payment is successfully received by the system. Okay, let's go to the next trigger. Order form submission is done. Now let's go to the order submitted. Now this one is kind of very similar. Hey John, how are you, man? Welcome.
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Hi, Shamim.
Nice to see you back.
Nice to see you.
Okay, now I'm very happy my friend is back in here. So let's go to the order submitted. Now, order submitted and order form submitted, they are very similar triggers, but the only difference in order submitted and order form submitted is order form submitted means it needs to be very particular. You need to define on which website the product is going to be and what type of product it is and what is the status of the sale or the payment. Now, for the order submitted, we can just simply tell it anywhere, like 2x, I believe that was 2x demo product that we created some time back. So anywhere on my funnel, on my offer, on my website, on my webinar, anywhere, if anybody gets to this product, and then I can tell it the price of the product is this much, for example, or I can tell it the other thing, the source of the product is through any of these links. Maybe he bought the product through the form that you created directly for the person that you have sent an email from some other workflow. So if you have created a form, custom form with the payment link, you can start the automation on the basis of this or membership product he might have purchased, or order form, that is again the same one, payment link that you might have created, store product, survey, from any place. The source of the product can be defined in here. Here you see the main difference is this time it is the global product. It's not the particular product. That means that product can exist. The same product can exist in the forms, surveys, manual payments, anywhere. And whenever anybody goes to any of your sites or areas to purchase that this particular product, it can start. Or you can obviously define the order source and put up some tags. Also, if you can also define in here if the product price is this much or product price is that much. Now, why this product pricing is coming up in here? Because the 2x lead demo product that we created, this is like $100 product. What if it was $1,000 product and $100 partial payment for 12 months product? So you have to tell it which type of payment on the global product you're receiving, and then you can start the automation. What that means is if you have created the installment product or the full price product with the same name, the same product, I'm confusing actually. Let me explain it a little bit better. So here we go in the products, payments, and then products, and then we go to something 2x leads. That's the product that we created. And it's one product that we have created with one price. Now I'm adding another price in here. And this is one-time pricing that is set on $100. Let's create a recurring type pricing for it. Let's call, oh my goodness. Come on. Okay, let's change that to one time. I'm gonna change this to $1,000. Let's make it interesting so that the example that I'm trying to give should not confuse you guys. So the other pricing is gonna be 2x lead demo product at 100 per month. And this is gonna be recurring for $100 and monthly payment, no trial period, number of payments is gonna be 12. And yep. Now, okay, let me edit this pricing as well. Let's put a 0 in here as well. It doesn't confuse us. Okay. So now one of our product you can purchase either by paying $1,000 one time, or you can pay $1,200 installment. So now the same product has two different prices for your customer to select. Now in here, I think we need to refresh before it updates the data in here. Oh my God, half an hour already gone. Whoa. Okay, let's go back. Order submitted. Let's select the global product. Let's tell it 2x lead demo product. Now we can tell it the pricing of the product if somebody is paying. Now here you see the same product has two different prices. So now if you want to send him a thank you email on if he paid the full price right away, or maybe you want to send him monthly reminders that next payment of $100 is coming up, this one order submitted would be used. Now, because this is using the global product, so you don't need to specify from where he is purchasing the product. Maybe that's a membership product, a course that you have created, or maybe that is a product that you have created on your funnel or website. So global product means whenever that product is bought by any one of your customers, you can tell it which price they have paid, and you can create the automation accordingly. Okay. Everybody clear on that? Okay, good, great. Let's go to the next trigger. And that is gonna be documents and contracts. Now this one in here, let me show you. Go in here. So documents and contracts. So let me give you a very quick tutorial. So first we create a template of the document, and then we can create a contract from that document. And then on the basis of that contract, we can create an invoice, and that invoice can also be sent out. So template of the invoice, estimates, and recurring type invoices, all can be tackled in here. So documents and contracts and invoices and estimates. This is the particular portion that we're gonna discuss in next few triggers. Now, this one particularly is gonna be a bit tricky in a sense because it is talking about different things. So first, let's look at what type of document it is. We need to define the very first thing is what type of document it is. Is that an estimate or a proposal? Let's say we select a proposal. Then we have to tell it which template is being used for that, for example. And then we would tell it, let's proceed type. We can select that as well, business user or contact. And the other thing in here is what is the value of that proposal document. We can also select that, but the more I'm interested in what is the status of that proposal document. If that proposal is sent, completed by us, sent from us to the person, then he completes that document, he signs or accept it or view it, we can trigger the automation on these bases. So when you have sent a document, you would also be sending an email reminder. Okay, I have sent you the proposal. Please look at it and suggest me the changes. Something, yada yada yada. And once he tells you whatever changes, or if he accepts that document is now complete, we can start another. This is the final version of the document proposal. And when he accepts that, that means he's signing it. So in here, when we are creating any proposal, let me see if we have any. We need to cover this topic as well. So for example, this is something in here. So in here, when this is for us to sign, we sign it, we send it. This is for the person who is receiving this digital course agreement. When he signs that, should we trigger he's accepting the proposal? Should we start the automation? Or when he has viewed the document only? So according to that, you can start the automation. You need to first tell it the type of the document, and then you have to specify which template you are using for it, and then what is the status of the document. Those are the three very, very important filters. Now, let's just say we select the estimate in here. The estimate is sent. Obviously, again, we have to tell it template, which template we are using, what is the status of that particular document. Now, let's say we select viewed. What will happen once the document is sent to the person, he opens that document on his side, then the automation will start. Now, at that time, obviously, after 5-7 minutes gap, we will be sending him an email thanking him to view our proposal or estimate, and we would also be telling him if you have any changes in mind that you want us to update, please send us a reply email in here, and then you can, because he has viewed it, you can use this filter to receive his replies, and you can update the document proposal, and the same process starts all over again. Back and forth, the documents and contracts are always back and forth between the customer and yourself. What happened is we create a generic estimate or proposal that is sent to the customer, then he makes the changes according to his requirement, and you integrate those changes in here and you send that document again, and again obviously gonna be viewed, and same thing if you need. Now let's say he accepts your document, the document is completed, whatever changes he has sent, you have done it, you have sent them. Now that document is complete. And then when he signs on that document, okay, you can start the other automation. Thank you for signing the document. Here is the PDF version of the actual estimate or proposal. That means now there cannot be any more changes to the any estimate or proposal that you have done with your customer. So this particular trigger works for both, for estimates and for proposal. And what is happening, what is the status of the document, this is where it comes in handy. Has other filter as well. What is the recipient type? If the recipient type is business user, that means you have created an invoice for and defining who are the recipient. Are they the business one or the simply your contacts one? You can set that in here, because these boxes, when you are creating them in here, you have to tell it who is actually going to sign it. You have to assign the person. Okay? That ensuring this thing ensures that this works, which contact he is, who is the recipient of that, and what is the value. Again, it's kind of like self-explanatory. If it is equal to a certain amount, greater to, less than, or something, you can use all these filters in here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Estimates. Now we have seen, now this one is very interesting. We have already seen that we were telling it the type of document as estimates. Then why do we need a separate trigger for the estimates? Now let's see what is different in the estimate documentation. What is the status? Obviously, it's going to be, again, accepted, decline, invoice, sent, viewed. The estimates can be invoiced. Now, considering the proposal or the estimate that you have sent, the user sent out some changes, you made those changes, sent the document back, agreed upon, and on the basis of that estimate, now you have sent an invoice to him. So that means the estimate is now invoiced. So that is why it is in here. Invoice means that you have sent the invoice and the invoice is actually paid. Is accepted, declined, invoice, sent, viewed, all different types. Let's say we select the invoice. Yeah. What is the other two values? One is the template. You can define which template is used to, okay, which template is used to create that estimate, and what is the value of the estimate. So the correct sequence is, first, what is the status of the document, then which template is used, and the third is the value of that particular estimate, if you like to be very specific about it. Estimates means you have to tell it exact price, less than or equals to, or greater than and equal to. You might have the estimate created not for the pricing. Maybe you are creating an estimate for the job timing. In that case, how it should work, the estimate value would be empty. Okay, let's go to the next one. And next one is subscription. Now, what is the meaning of subscription? And which product would you consider a subscription product? That would be these kind of payments, recurring type of payment, where you can define the number of payments that you want to receive, or you can also leave that empty and it will keep on charging the customer till he unsubscribes. So to take care of that, we need to tell it which product it is. Let's say 2x should come up now that we have created that. And what is the, I'm not using the global price, I'm using the status right away. So if the status of the payment is active or canceled or expired or failed or incomplete or overdue, or the subscription is paused by you or by your customer, or the subscription is scheduled, it might be in trial period or it might be unpaid. So you can use any one of these filters to take care of your subscription type of payment. Now, that means it needs to have a recurring type payment attached to the product. And they can be obviously, because we are talking about the global product, so it can be your membership product, it can be your the product that you are selling through your funnel, through your website, through your webinar funnel, anywhere. Even if you're selling a product, you're creating an invoice which is sent to the person, where the product that is added on the invoice is a recurring type payment product. The subscription trigger will trigger that whenever this product is purchased, or the recurring type payment is purchased through any medium. Here we go. Global product. Whichever way you are selling it, this workflow trigger will work in that. Okay, let's go to the next one. And that is the refund. Okay. Sometime in our business, there comes a time that somebody is not happy with our product and we have to refund him his amount. Now, refunding the amount, it can be done in here in the transactions. For example, this is the product and I can just simply refund this amount. Yeah, I can type something and then when I click on refund, that amount will be refunded to the person, this guy, or whichever product he purchased, the Stripe, because in our example, the Stripe is connected, so the Stripe will refund that amount to that particular person. Now, refund have, again, filters. We can tell it what is the source of the refund. Calendar, communities, form, funnel, invoice, manual, anything like that. You can select through here, even if it is on your POS, it will still work. And okay, text to pay, website. So what is the source of the refund? From where it was originally purchased and how you're refunding it. The other filter is what is the amount. If it is greater than equal to, maybe you're creating a system, the refund would not matter if the amount is less than this much, but it would matter if the refund amount is more than this. So here comes the filter for the amount. Greater than equal to empty, is not empty, less than, whatever. You can select in here and then you can define the value of that. Next one is what is the status. Now, because you're returning the amount to the customer, now it can be successfully delivered to the person or it might fail during the process of refunding. How do we tackle that? Now, for that, status comes in handy. You can tell it if the refund amount is paid to the person, refunded to the person successfully, or if the refund was failed during the process. You can start the automation on the basis of that. You just went there, you just clicked here, and you just told it, okay, refund, but somehow this refund did not reach your customer. So this particular filter will come in handy in refund trigger if the status is failed, refund is not delivered to the person successfully. Then start another automation. Most of the time that automation has internal notification for the main owner of the business that this payment refund process failed and that he needs to check. Maybe he needs to talk to the customer or something like that. So he need to fix and refund the actual amount. If successfully paid, you might want to send out email communication when he receives the successfully payment. There is a product like, for example, you have a product which you are selling through a guarantee. If you don't find results in next 60 days or 90 days, we'll refund your amount, something, something. If the payment status is refund status is successful and you want to send out the email, sorry to see you go, something, something, here is another product that might interest you, something like that. So essentially, you would be notifying the customer who is receiving that refund uh, when the payment status is successfully refunded to him, what should happen. So this particular trigger will come in handy in those cases. And now let's go to another one. I'm going to skip the Shopify, IVR, and Facebook, Instagram events trigger, but we're going to look at the communities trigger that we're going to cover tomorrow as well, because tomorrow we would be essentially talking about how to create and issue automatic certificate to our courses or products. So let's look at those 5 triggers as well. So whenever a new community access is granted, you want to start the automation in that particular case, in which group it is. You have to define it, which group it is, and that's about it. If somebody gets the access to this particular community group, what should happen? This is your one trigger. Very simple, only one filter. You have to tell it which group he's getting the access to or which community group he's getting the access to. The next is, these ones are very quick. Access is revoke. Same thing, except this time the access is revoked from this particular group. Then what should happen? The next one, these ones are like one-liners. I don't know if I should be explaining anymore. Okay, private channel access granted. Now, this one particularly is very interesting trigger because when you grant the access to your community, you might have created some of the private channels in your community for your paid customer of a particular product. Maybe you have created a community where everybody could join, and then there you have added a few courses. When somebody purchases that course, he is also granted an access to a private channel. This trigger will come in handy when he gets to that private channel access. The next trigger is exactly the vice versa. If his access is revoked from the private channel, same thing, you just have to define which group he is part of and which private channel his access is revoked. I don't think we have created any channel in any one of these, but essentially you have to tell it which community he is part of and which private channel his access was revoked or granted. Both are just simply vice versa to each other. One is community access granted, the other one is community access revoked. Here we go. The gamification that we saw in the communities, you can use the upgrade of the gamification in here. You have to tell it which group he's part of and on which level he just got promoted to. Let's say when he gets to the level 2, you want to send him the email, thank you for your contribution. You are now on level 2 for the community gamification score or something like that. With this level, you get certain extra privileges. You want to add a tag to the person to let yourself know that he is an active member and that he should be given some points or something like that. You can use this particular trigger to start the automation. And the last trigger for our automation triggers is if you issue the certificate on the basis of test against your membership product or courses. If that certificate is issued, what do you want to do in this? You just have to tell it which template for the course that is being issued, and that's about it. Whichever template you tell it, or even if you don't tell it, whenever a certificate is issued through your sale process account to one of your customer, will start the automation. You can send him some email and let him know, something like that. Okay, we have a comment. Can we add a trigger for being on the top of the leaderboard at a particular time?
David, I'll tell you why this is. So every Thursday when we meet, whoever is on the top of the leaderboard, they get an award in my community.
That is an interesting one.
So Thursday evening, 7:30, whoever is on the top is the kind of trigger.
Hmm. I don't think so. We don't have that. We can only do it through the levels. No, it doesn't identify who is on the top because, for example, if everybody is on level 2 or level 2 and 3, and we tell it like people on level 9, that is the top group, but nobody is there, so it won't trigger the automation. In your particular scenario, no, we don't have the exact trigger that you are asking for.
Done. Okay, David. Thanks.
Okay. Question time. John, do you have any question about any of the triggers that we started a few weeks back from the contacts till the certificate issued?
Sorry. This invoice creation, David.
Yeah.
There are some B2B customers that we work with. So I don't have to automate it, but I want to create an invoice within sales process for them because these numbers are different every month. It has to be manually created. But is it possible for us to create it within sales process?
You can create the invoice in here, and you can create the invoice in here using the template, but the problem will be you would be creating a new product because the pricing is changing every time.
Huh. Oh, but can I keep the product without pricing and then add the pricing in the invoice or something like that? Like, for example, services rendered to this client, that's it. And then price change?
We can create an estimate, and on the
Huh.
basis of estimate, then we can create the invoice. But
Great. So,
okay, let me think. So product, okay, that's a good idea. Okay, let's create a product. Okay, can I save this product? What is required?
Oh, so the amount has to come here.
Amount has to come in here, but if I create template of okay, template for the invoice, you have to add the product in here.
Have to have a product.
Okay, what is happening? Something. Uh, you have to create the product every time.
Done. Okay.
And you can, when you send this invoice through here, then you can use these trigger when the invoice is sent, when the invoice is viewed, when it is paid, something. You can create that, the automation for that.
Also, is there a place where we can see invoices raised versus invoices paid to follow up with clients? Like I have raised
Uh,
100 invoices to
what
two
what
have
what
paid
I
100.
would recommend is invoice sent,
Mm-hmm.
put some tags there,
Mm-hmm.
and create the smart list, and remove the tag of invoice sent when it is paid. So when you see the invoice is sent, 5 people are sent. Out of them, 2 paid, 3 are pending. So you will see invoice sent tag would be with 3 people. So on the
Done.
basis of that, you can then send them the reminders as well.
Great.
Because if they like invoice sent, for
Mm-hmm.
example, this is our trigger. Set up reminders in here
Mm-hmm.
and remove from this workflow when in from the other workflow, which is again triggered through the invoice, but this time it is paid. So what will happen? This reminder workflow will stop working whenever they paid the invoice because it is removing from the other workflow.
Done.
Okay, so
Awesome.
that will do that, and then create the smart list on the basis of invoice sent, invoice paid. That way you will know this guy paid, and this guy is pending to be paid, something
Done.
like that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, Shamim, do you have any question for me, sir?
Not right now.
And what about Ming or Jaya? Do you guys have any question for me before we wrap up today's trigger session that we were continuing for 5 weeks, I believe? Yeah. Okay, well, seems like all good. Okay, so homework time. The homework for today is gonna be show me an example of any one of the triggers that we studied today from the payments area. There's one in here, the payments area, any one of these triggers with their relevant filters. Show us that and put it in our Facebook group with the hashtag sale process wins. I'll see you next Tuesday for some of the people, next Monday for other people, with the actions. Next week, we would be starting the actions of the automations. And tomorrow, for 2x conversion, we would be talking about the certificates and its as automation. How and when should a certificate be issued to anyone who has completed your product successfully? So for tomorrow is that, and next week we would be starting the actions for the automations. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Take care.